Woman hid a camera in her husband's jacket after his late-night disappearances, but what it recorded shocked her. For weeks, Emma noticed her husband, Daniel, leaving the house while she was asleep, and by morning he'd be back as if nothing had happened. At first, she thought it might be insomnia or late-night drives, but as it continued, she began to wonder if he was meeting someone else. One night, after hearing him leave again, she decided to find out the truth. The next evening, she placed a small camera inside the inner pocket of his jacket. It was hidden well enough that he wouldn't notice. The next morning, while Daniel was in the shower, Emma took the jacket and connected the camera to her laptop. Her hands shook as she pressed play. The footage showed Daniel walking down a quiet street in the middle of the night. She leaned closer, heart pounding. Then she saw where he went and froze. Daniel turned into a narrow alley. He stopped beside his car and opened the trunk. Inside were blankets, food containers, and bottles of water. He picked up a bag and walked toward a group of people sitting on the cold ground. They looked tired and hungry. Daniel knelt down and handed them food and water. One man pulled the blanket around his shoulders and smiled. Daniel patted his back before moving on. Emma leaned closer to the laptop. The video showed Daniel walking further down the street. He stopped at another group. He gave them warm coats, gloves, and more food. A small child ran up to him and hugged his legs. Daniel crouched down and handed the child a cup of soup. The footage moved to another night. This time, Daniel was under a bridge. He was helping a few men set up wooden boards to block the wind. He laughed with them and worked side by side, carrying heavy materials. He handed out hot drinks from a large thermos. Emma's eyes filled with tears. Every night she thought he was sneaking away to see someone else. But he was out there helping people survive. On the last clip, Daniel was with a small group near a church. They unloaded boxes from a van. Inside were sleeping bags, canned food, and warm clothes. A woman shook Daniel's hand and thanked him. He smiled and told her something the camera couldn't pick up. Emma closed the laptop slowly. She felt ashamed for doubting him. She also felt proud. Her husband was spending his nights helping strangers without telling anyone, not even her. That evening, when Daniel came home from work, Emma watched him take off his jacket. She wanted to tell him she knew, but she stayed quiet. Instead, she walked over and hugged him. Daniel seemed surprised. "Everything okay?" he asked. Emma nodded and held him tighter. She thought about the cold streets, the people huddled under blankets, and the smile on that little child's face. She knew she had to help him. The next night, Emma stayed awake until Daniel left. She grabbed her coat and followed him at a distance. When he reached the alley, she stepped forward. Daniel turned, startled. Emma smiled. "I'm coming with you." For the first time, Daniel didn't leave the house alone at night.